Ciao a tutti, benvenuti o bentornati sul mio canale. In previous lessons we looked at the two most common Italian past tenses, imperfetto and passato prossimo. These are tricky tenses because although they both describe past actions, they are not interchangeable, so deciding which one to use is not always easy. To better understand how imperfetto and passato prossimo work, it is important to look at the two tenses side by side and compare their different uses. And that's what we are going to do in this video. The essential difference between the imperfetto and the passato prossimo is that the first tense expresses uncompleted past actions, that is, actions which lasted an indefinite period of time, whereas the second tense expresses completed past actions, that is, events which occurred at precise times and have definite beginnings and endings. There are three categories of past actions expressed by the imperfetto and the passato prossimo which we can identify and compare. 1. We use the imperfetto to describe past habits or recurrent actions, whereas we use the passato prossimo to describe actions occurred just once or occasionally. 2. We can use the imperfetto to describe situations ongoing in the past or states of being which lasted for an unspecified period of time in the past, whereas we use the passato prossimo to describe actions completed at a precise time in the past. 3. We use the imperfetto to describe ongoing simultaneous past actions, whereas we use the passato prossimo to describe completed sequential past actions. Let's look at these categories one by one. Past habits or recurrent actions versus actions occurred once or occasionally. Imperfetto. Lucio andava al lavoro in bicicletta ogni giorno. In this sentence, the use of the imperfetto andava emphasizes the recurrent nature of the action. For Lucio, cycling to work was a daily habit. We do not know when the habit started or ended. We just know that it occurred again and again over an indefinite period of time. Passato prossimo. Ieri Lucio è andato al lavoro in bicicletta. This sentence is similar to the one we've just seen, but the use of the passato prossimo instead of the imperfetto means that the information we gather from this sentence is different. The passato prossimo è andato suggests that Lucio has cycled to work only once. It was an isolated event, not a recurrent action. This is also reinforced by the use of the adverb ieri, yesterday, which places the occurrence of the action within a specific time frame. Let's look at other examples of this contrasting use of the imperfetto and the passato prossimo. Imperfetto. Ogni inverno andavo a sciare sulle Alpi. Passato prossimo. L'inverno scorso sono andato a sciare sulle Alpi. Imperfetto. La sera Francesca leggeva sempre un fumetto prima di addormentarsi. Passato prossimo. Lunedì sera Francesca ha letto un fumetto prima di addormentarsi. Ongoing past situations or states of being versus completed past actions. Imperfetto. Da bambino non mangiavo la marmellata di fragole. Passato prossimo. Ho appena mangiato pane e marmellata di fragole. Imperfetto. Da piccolo Elio piangeva sempre. Passato prossimo. Oggi Elio ha pianto senza motivo. Imperfetto. Ieri nevicava. Passato prossimo. Ieri ha nevicato. Ongoing simultaneous past actions versus completed sequential past actions. Imperfetto. Giovanna guardava la TV mentre cucinava. Passato prossimo. Giovanna ha guardato la TV e poi ha cucinato. Imperfetto. Dario ascoltava la radio mentre faceva la doccia. Passato prossimo. Dario ha ascoltato la radio e poi ha fatto la doccia. Imperfetto. Mirko saliva le scale mentre Giulia scendeva. Passato prossimo. Mirko è salito e Giulia è scesa. Imperfetto and passato prossimo can both appear in the same sentence. We use the imperfetto and passato prossimo in the same sentence when an action occurs while another one is already in progress. In these sentences, the imperfetto describes the ongoing background action or condition and can be preceded by connectives such as mentre or perché. The passato prossimo, on the other hand, expresses a sudden or interrupting action occurring at a precise time, a completed action. This can be preceded by connectives such as quindi or allora. Let's look at some examples. Mentre nuotavo in mare aperto, ho visto uno squalo. Quando ho aperto la porta, il telefono squillava. Ieri sono rimasta a casa perché stavo male. Fabio aveva caldo, quindi ha acceso il ventilatore. Finally, when comparing imperfetto and passato prossimo, we must not forget how modal verbs potere, volere and dovere behave when conjugated in these past tenses. Italian modal verbs potere, can, to be able to, volere, to want, and dovere, must or to have to, are verbs which, combined with other verbs in the infinitive, express ability, possibility, intention, necessity, or obligation. When these verbs are used in the imperfetto tense, the outcome of the action they describe is uncertain. In other words, we cannot know for sure whether a past possibility, intention, or necessity has or hasn't been fulfilled. But when modal verbs are used in the passato prossimo tense, the outcome of the action is certain. The action has been completed, which means that any past possibility, intention, or necessity has been fulfilled. Let's look at and compare a few sentences. Examples with verb potere. Potevo smettere di fumare. Ho potuto smettere di fumare. The use of the imperfetto in the first sentence expresses uncertainty. We know that the speaker had the possibility to stop smoking at some point, but we do not know whether he or she did actually give it up in the end. In the second sentence, on the other hand, the use of the passato prossimo ho potuto gives a clear indication that the speaker was indeed able to give up smoking. The outcome of the action is certain. Examples with verb volere. Marco voleva venire al concerto con noi. Marco è voluto venire al concerto con noi. Examples with verb dovere. Dovevo prenotare l'albergo ieri sera. Ho dovuto prenotare l'albergo ieri sera. And that's all for this lesson. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Grazie e arrivederci.